Hey, everybody, welcome to That Expert Show, where you help run the show. I'm Anna Canzano. Thanks so much for being with us as we talk about health coaching. Right now, we're at the start of a new year, so I know a lot of us are trying to make New Year's resolutions, and better yet, some of us will actually try to keep them. But how can we get some help with those New Year's resolutions, especially when it comes to living a healthier lifestyle? You know, developing new habits and keeping new habits can be really challenging. It can even be overwhelming. So that's where a health coach can come in. And it's interesting because this is an area of the health market which is just exploding right now. Our guest today is a functional medicine certified health coach, and she joins us live right now, Cecile Watts with Hapibod Health Coaching. Cecile, thanks so much for being on That Expert Show.
Thank you for having me, Anna.
I think one of the key questions that people have when it comes to health coaching, and for those of you who are watching us live via Facebook and the Oregonian, thank you for tuning in. Feel free to post your questions and I'll get answers for you from Cecile. Deborah on Facebook wanted to know, as far as health coaching goes, do you have a dietitian credential? Do you have expertise in exercise physiology? And she's wondering about your role. Are you a cheerleader or are you more than that? Can you help us understand the role of a health coach and what you do?
Yes. Thank you, Deborah, for that question. So functional medicine health coach is, we got our degree with the Functional Medicine Coaching Academy, which is the sister company of the IFM, the Institute of Functional Medicine. And we are two coaches at Hapibod, Lisa and I. Lisa was actually my coach and still is actually. And we got a training for a year that included functional medicine principles, the main principles of functional medicine, but also functional nutrition, positive psychology, and the mind-body connection in terms of medicine, and all of that within the coaching framework. So if I had to explain in a very easy way what we do, we can say that we are part behavior specialist, part support mentor, and we work as a bridge between what the client knows it needs to do to get to a healthier lifestyle and the intrinsic motivation that it actually needs to get to where it wants to be.
That's a great definition. So, for example, if I was looking for a health coach and I came to you and booked an appointment, what would we cover in that first appointment? What would be your questions for me? What would we talk about and how would things get started?
Okay. So the first appointment will be like more of an introduction. We'll try to get to know each other to see if we are going to work well together. And we'll focus on what you like doing, what brings you joy, what's your vision for the future, what's important to you in your life. Why do you want to seek the help of a health coach? And we will try to really dig into the intentions and what's behind that motivation that led you to come to see us.
Okay. So if I told you, for example, like I wanted to, let's say I wanted to lose 10 pounds, I wanted to firm up my look, just like the kind of like post-mom bod, I wanted to firm up. I want to have more energy in the course of my day that doesn't rely on 6 cups of coffee. And I want a healthier work-life balance. What would be the next steps then?
Okay, so I'll say I've heard lose weight, more energy. I would ask, what is the one thing that you want to focus on? We'll identify really one thing to start with, so you're not overwhelmed. So it's not, oh my gosh, so many goals, and we'll take baby steps at a time. And one of the main questions I'll ask, if, let's say, weight loss, by the way, you don't need any weight loss, but if weight loss was the one, I would go, what would it mean to you to lose those 5 pounds that you want to lose?
Well, it would mean more confidence in the summertime, when I'm like out with my kids and we're going to a public pool or something like that. I would feel like I didn't have to hide.
Okay. And what does confidence look like for Anna?
Oh gosh, just the ability to, be in public without feeling like I have to, put on a bunch of layers to cover
Okay.
myself up.
Okay. Okay. And then I'll ask you, where are you right now? If on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is going out at the park, public places with a bikini on and completely confident and
No.
be able to do it. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you right now?
That is 6.
A 6. Okay. Why not a 4?
'Cause I can do it, but I'm not comfortable.
Okay. Okay. So we will look at, you've given a 6 out of 10, which is a good score. It's big. So I would try to see, well, you've not given a 4, you've not given yourself a very low score. So I will try to emphasize on what's good at the moment about Anna. What do you like about Anna? You're able to be a 6 right now. So there is so many things that Anna likes about Anna. So we would work on that, on the positive, and always focus on what's working, what you enjoy, what you like, rather than always focusing on the negative.
I love that. That is a great, great start. Again, I want to thank everybody that's tuning in and joining us live right now. Some folks are tuning in via the Oregonian. Carolyn right here has a question, and I wanted to get right to it, Cecile. She says, do you have any tips for helping people with autism and sensory challenges to try new foods? People with these challenges crave consistency, so they end up eating a lot of highly processed, unhealthy foods.
Oh, wow. Well, I can relate to this question because my eldest has some sensory issues, and trying out new foods can be a challenge for him because he smells everything. And if it's too gooey, he's not going to go for it. My advice would be to have many options, to always have different options, and to make it as simple as possible, and to be careful with the different textures, and to not have things that are runny or that have too many sauces on it, and to keep it as simple as possible, but with options and small quantities, because it can be overwhelming if you have a lot in front of you. So really give the option of tiny, small quantities. And the language that goes with it also is very important, to not feel like there is pressure on having to try it, and just give it time.
So what is like a non-pressure way to give that a try? So it's not like you sit somebody down and you just say, no, you need to eat this or you're not getting dessert, right? Like that's high pressure.
No. We don't bargain with food. What I have for at home is plates that have different compartments. And like this, we can put a lot of different type of food, and he has the option to pick and choose what he wants to do. And if he doesn't want to, I'll ask him, oh, what about this one? And see how he answers it. And I will keep offering it. I won't stop thinking, oh, it doesn't want it because of the way it looks. But I will keep offering it. I will keep having it as an option. And eventually, he will try it. It happens with bone broth. He couldn't stand the smell of it in the house, so he would never have it. He would never try with us. But I kept doing it, and eventually, he had the bone broth with rice, and now that's all he asks for when he eats rice.
So just so I have an idea, what period of time did you try it for and not
It was over
up?
the winter, so I would say it was like a month, 2 months, and I used to make bone broth every week. So yeah, I kept offering it, and now he asks for it.
That's pretty remarkable. That actually leads us into a question that I think came in via Instagram. This one is from the Butcher 602, who wants to know best ways to repair gut health.
Oh, but I like that question. It's the big big word at the moment. Gut health is big in the health industry. Everybody's talking about gut health, and for the right reasons. Gut health impacts brain health. Gut health impacts your immunity. So it is very important to have a healthy gut. But a healthy gut, to get to a healthy gut, it takes a lot of it takes time. Your small intestine is the size of a tennis court, it's 20 feet long. So to heal your gut, if it needs to be healed, it's going to take time. And also you are going to look at different factors of health. And by that, I mean sleep, nutrition, exercise, and stress will impact your gut health.
So are there particular types of food, though, that, I hear there's so many different things that come out about probiotics, prebiotics, a lot of confusion, I think, about these things. But in general, I always hear about things like sauerkraut and kimchi and things that have some element of fermentation to them. I have no idea. I like all those things, but I have no idea why they actually help you with gut health.
Yes, you want to heal your gut. Obviously, probiotic is going to be a very good idea. Not all probiotics are created equal, and the quality really matters. And I would always check with your doctor, but it is recommended for gut health. And what is the most important food? Fermented food is one, but also fiber. Fiber and prebiotics, soluble and insoluble, are going to be very important to heal your gut. You want to feed your good guys inside with the right stuff.
And what kind of food has fiber in it?
Fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
all fruits and vegetables? Like, does it have to be leafy vegetables, or does a carrot work?
Yes. Eat all the vegetables. Actually, carrots is a good probiotic, but all fruit and vegetables. And the more diverse you eat, the better it is for your gut. If you keep eating the same thing, you're feeding your good guys exactly the same thing all the time. And you want your microbiome to be diverse, to be given a lot of different types of fruit and veg.
Is that where that saying comes from, like eat the rainbow?
Yes, absolutely. Eat the rainbow is a big saying in functional medicine, actually.
And help me understand, like, functional medicine, because I know one of the sayings when it comes to functional medicine is, food can be medicine, or food is medicine. Is the idea there that the food that you ingest, actual food that you are eating, is more effective than any kind of supplement that you might take?
I would say that yes, that you can it starts with your diet. And then some people might need the extra help of a supplement, but you can't supplement a bad diet. I can't be going and eat McDonald's every day and take all my 10 supplements and hoping that it's going to do anything. The base is really what you're going to put inside of your body that really matters first in terms of nutrition and having that base. And then you can add supplements to it.
Interesting. While we're on the topic of food and diet, Jessica on Facebook is asking about, diets, which obviously can be very popular. She says most people go on diets because it's a good guide. Is intermittent fasting a good idea, or is the mini meal type of eating every 2 to 3 hours better for your metabolism?
Okay. I love that question. Intermittent fasting is one of my favorite tools. People always think of intermittent fasting as a diet and a way to weight loss. And it's true that it will help with weight loss, but it doesn't tell you what to eat. It tells you when to eat it. So intermittent fasting is more of an eating pattern. And why I like it so much, on top of helping with weight loss, it will help with blood pressure. It will help with blood sugar regulation, insulin regulation. It will help with stress resiliency. It will help with cleaning your cells. So you get into autophagy, which is just a natural process of your cell that tells your body to clean the damaged cells in order to regenerate new and healthier cells. So I love intermittent fasting. And when you think about our ancestors, the hunter-gatherers, they spent days without eating. So fasting and having periods of non-eating is more natural to the human body than eating 1 to 2 hours, every 1 to 2 hours, which will impact your gut motility, your digestion. So I am a pro intermittent fasting. It's not for everybody. And I would, again, check with your practitioner. And also, it can impact some hormones if women overdo it. So I would be inclined to say for women, first week of your cycle, second week of your cycle, go ahead, fast. There is absolutely no worries. The week before your period, no, don't worry about fasting.
You were talking about hormones, and actually that brings up a question that just popped up on Facebook from Diana, who says she is postmenopause and she was told that hormones are the #1 reason for weight gain. What do you think women who can't take estrogen due to their cancer removal, what can they take when it comes to, I'm not sure exactly what she's asking, maybe you can understand it better. But I guess she's trying to maybe find an answer, to combat weight gain when she can't take estrogen to deal with the hormone issues.
Okay. How I would combat weight at that stage of life is to remove every processed food on the diet, limit refined sugar. I would lift weights because that will help with the weight gain. And I'm not so sure what she means by
actually
taking
she just chimed in and she's asking, what food can she eat to help replace hormones?
Okay, so no processed food, no refined sugar, plenty of rainbow, a lot of protein, and just eat a whole food diet.
And that will actually help replace hormones
It won't replace hormones, but it will help because the hormones are not produced by the same area of the body when you get into menopause. So it will help for sure balance what the body is trying to do and produce. And weightlifting will also help. Intermittent fasting, all those tools, and obviously sleeping better. Sleep is critical at any stage of life, but especially when you are going postmenopausal.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I think one of the hallmarks of, menopause, postmenopause, even perimenopause is insomnia. That's one of the struggles that, women deal with.
Yes. And you can do so many things for insomnia. I'm going to say again, weightlifting is a good way to improve sleep, the diet, mindfulness practice, dealing with your thoughts every day and really connect within. That can be a good way to find sleep. We often experience insomnia because we have too much in our heads. And also sometimes we experience insomnia because of detoxing. We're not detoxing. We're not getting the toxins out because our gut motility is poor. So it's all linked to a whole foods diet, movement, and paying attention to how how we think and how we talk to ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big part of your coaching as well. And, I apologize. For some reason, your screen is frozen. So we are just continuing with these great images of food and healthy lifestyle, but we can still hear you, which is,
Okay.
key to the information. I think a big part of health coaching that you have mentioned is dealing with how we talk to ourselves in the course of the day. And I'll be honest, I've got friends and lots of people in my life and myself as well, where the self-talk throughout the course of the day isn't always the most positive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Same here. Even though I do a lot for my health, it always catches up, and you have different tools to deal with that. You'll be in a better frame of mind by having a good night's sleep, by having had some nutritious food that are going to support your body. So again, you will always feel better about yourself after exercising or having some kind of movement in your day. And I'm adamant that if you put all your energy towards all those factors, it will help how you feel about yourself and therefore how you talk about yourself and to yourself.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's one of the most important factors in people's mental health too, is trying to figure out what traumas you had as a child, that are affecting you today, because basically pain doesn't know time. So a lot of us are just walking around in adult bodies, but with the same kind of childlike pain that we experienced and operating almost on default. And unless you do the work, unless you get help, you don't have a new framework in which to operate as an adult. Correct.
It takes a lot of work. It takes some bravery too, to be facing all those trauma, those challenges that we've had as kids. We've all had them. It's not everyone comes with a baggage, and that's where we have to be gentle and very compassionate with one another. Some people obviously more, some people a lot less, but we all have a baggage, and understand that how we reacted as kids, how we coped with some events in our childhood and some relationships in our childhood will have an impact on how we think and talk to ourselves and how we react with other people. And that's why health coaching and functional health coaching looks into every aspect and of someone's health, and the mental health, the community is a very important part of functional medicine.
So can I ask again, Cecile, what the limitation there is, when you're dealing with the psychology of somebody's health, where does your skill as a health coach begin and end? And, at what point do you say, okay, the issues that you're discussing now kind of go beyond my scope?
Yes.
Where does that break down?
So we're trained to coach someone to get healthier habits, to change behavior change. We are behavior change specialists, but obviously we're going to be accounted with people that are going to open their hearts to us, and they're going to talk about very emotional things. And we're okay to listen, we are okay to guide, but we're not therapists. So if we see that someone is not making any progress and is more seeking medical help in terms of mental health, then we can redirect, and we can send them to work with a therapist, and we can still work in terms of coaching, but we can't treat, we can't prescribe, but we can be there to support. And if we see that anyone may hurt themselves, then we must report it.
Yeah. Going back to the diet, we have one more question here coming in from Crystal on Facebook. Crystal, thanks for watching. She wants to know whether it's more important to eat the rainbow or to eat what is local and in season.
Oh, I would say do what you can. And I think we always put, there is so much stigma, and people say, eat the rainbow and do this and go keto, go paleo. And we always fixate with the actual word. But if you have access to organic produce locally, and it's not going to be the rainbow, but it's going to be good quality produce, I would go for it. I'd rather eat a limited amount that I know where it comes from and it's organic, and I know that I'm going to get good nutrition out of it, rather than eat something that I'm not so sure where it came from. So I would say do what you can and enjoy it and have fun with it.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. Well, fantastic advice. I think there will probably be more questions that pop in onto these posts after the fact. And I would love to invite you or your partner, Lisa, to hop on there and answer any questions that come in after the episode. But Cecile, thanks so much for your insight and for sharing your wealth of knowledge with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for joining me for this episode of That Expert Show. As always, we will create a tip sheet summarizing the expert's key points that were covered during the interview, and we'll post that on the website, thatexpertshow.com. We'll also put this episode out as a YouTube video, and we kick it back out as a podcast as well. So wherever it is that you listen to podcasts, search for That Expert Show, hit that subscribe button, and you can be in tune there for the rest of the shows. I love hearing from you. Obviously, this is an audience-driven show. It's really a two-way conversation. I am not the expert. My experts are, and you are the interviewers, really, with your questions. So Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is where to find me. Connect with me. Let me know what topics you would like for me to cover, what guests you would like me to interview, and we can work together on that. Appreciate the dialogue. Appreciate you being part of That Expert Show, and it's where you help run the show.